Demon OC. Ah! Sorry. I don't know what that was. I was just excited to make my own Demon OC. So one of my friends decided it'd be fun if all of us got together and did this adorable little Demon OC making prompt thing. So it's a thing you post and then everyone comments and then you compile those comments together and then you make a cool design. So we decided, sure, why not? Sounds like fun. But when we decided to do it, we just kind of kept it amongst ourselves. But there were only like 6 of us giving comments, so sometimes we overlap on comments. But we just wanted to keep it like within our group of friends instead of releasing it out into the wild. Also, I looked, okay? I went to Google and I reverse searched this prompt and all those purple links, those are all me. Those are all, I clicked through all of them. I tried looking for the person who created this and I couldn't find him. So, if you know, or if you know of someone who knows who this belongs to, go ahead and please let me know and I'll link their information in the description below because I couldn't find it and I'm not much of a sleuth, so I'll leave that. I mean, I found like a bunch of other people who did awesome designs like this one and stuff, but I couldn't find the original. Anyway, alright, so let's move on to my first friend, Alice, and she went ahead and decided to brave the waters first, so she posted the picture in our Discord and then we all commented. So here are her horns, her hairstyle, her skin color, her eye color, her gender, the clothing style, accessory 1, accessory 2, and then the age. And then combine all of that, put it in a pot, mix it up, and you get, drumroll please, yay! Look at that design. Very sexy MILF. So go ahead and check out her Twitter if you liked it. I don't think she actually posted this on her Twitter, but regardless, her work is amazing, so go check her out. And then next up, we've got my other friend, Sunny. She's amazing. So here are all of the stuff that she needed to incorporate, except the age. No age. Alright, and woo! Amazing work. So good. I love how she incorporated the hydro flask and the Yukio pyramid thing. I don't know what it's called. I'm sorry. And her work is also amazing, so please check her out. Last but not least, we got Peter. And his criteria were... So we were a little mean with his choices. I think we were mostly trolling at this point. But you know what? He made it work, okay? He really made it work. So here we go. Yeah! Oh, I think she looks really cool. He tried really hard to make her look cool, and I appreciate that. It was really good. And go ahead and follow his Instagram. He's got a really cool, unique style you should definitely check out. Okay, and here are all of my criterias. I'll go ahead and bam, pop them on screen. So you can stick around, watch the speed paint. I'm going to go ahead and comment over the speed paint a little bit. Or you can just, skip to the end to see what my Demon OC looks like. It kind of got away from me. I spent way too much time on it. It was supposed to just be a sketch, but I really, as I started drawing it, I took it more of like an opportunity to practice coloring full body skin a little bit more. Alright, so anyway, let's go ahead and start the speed paint. I don't have transition sounds, so that will have to do. Also, let's go ahead and change the song so it fits more of the fantasy theme that I set my little Demon OC in. Much better. There we go. So I usually start my drawing process off by sketching it out, being really, really messy, and then I'll go in with a pretty thick brush and I'll sketch in the block in is the more correct term, I guess. I'll block in all the big details and stuff, like the outfit, the hair, the horns, the face, the silhouette-ish kind of thing. And during the blockout phase, that's when I'll actually go in and, change things around. I will use a lasso tool to cut like the legs up and stuff and like resize things, make sure everything looks better. And then I will make a new layer on top, lower the opacity down super, super low, and then go in with a really thin brush and start actually sketching in the details. Also, I got this pose by taking a 3D model and then putting it into Maya, posing it, and then taking a screenshot. So you can see like the little 3D model on the left side. It's the one sitting on a block. And I think in the future, maybe I'll start doing that and actually take more like dynamic screenshots and more dynamic posing. That's what I really want to work on for next year. I don't actually finish it all the way, but I go ahead and start adding in the color. So add another layer, put it below, and then start blocking in color. I feel like when you start adding in color, well, personally for me, when I start adding in color, it really helps me visualize the entire thing and helps me spot out places that look a little wonky, that need a little bit more tweaking. So I tend to put in color pretty early in the process. And then I'll do some like light shading, but usually I started this new thing. This is actually really new. I just started doing this, but I started putting a layer on top of all the color, and then I put it on multiply, and it's a pretty dark color. And then I will use the lasso tool to start cutting out highlights. And I'll go back and forth between the eraser and like my brush pen and stuff, and I will use that to kind of make like shadows and highlights and stuff. And then I'll merge it all together. And then using that as a base, I then proceed to just work on top of it. So I just put another layer on top of that, and then I start painting on top of that. I feel like that really makes my entire piece more cohesive, and it doesn't look like there's, different colors and like different lighting and stuff. I still obviously have a lot of work left to do with like lighting and stuff, but I feel like this is a next like good step in that direction. I've really learned that adding colors into your shadows really help give more life to your drawings. So instead of just going in with like a dark brown, like almost black as your shadows, you want to go in with like a blue tint, because it's a cool area, because shadows are typically cool. And then my highlights, I actually like to desaturate my highlights. So I'll take like a lighter yellow, but I'll desaturate it, so I'll make it more on the grayish side, and I'll use that as a highlight. And then my midtones are pretty heavily saturated. I feel like using that kind of formula has really helped me a lot. But again, this coming year, it's going to be more work with that, more work with colors and skin tones. I really didn't like the way his eyes were turning out. I had a really hard time. It was really frustrating. I liked everything else about his face, but the eyes, I had to redraw like 3 times, and I didn't record it, but I changed again off camera, and you'll see it in the final version. It's the closest I got to being satisfied. I'm not 100% satisfied, but it's the closest I got. So this is what I started doing with my backgrounds. I'll just go ahead and go to a website that has like non-copyrighted material. I think I used Pixabay, and I'll go there and I'll type in like the aesthetic that I'm looking for, like medieval background or stone building or things like that. And then I'll have you get access to a bunch of pictures that you don't need a credit / are copyright free. And also I'll just grab one, I'll dump it into the scene, and then I'll just like lightly paint over it so it looks more painterly. Well, I'll blur it first and then I'll paint over it so it fits more of like the rest of the style. I do this as a little bit like a cheat shortcut because I'm not comfortable with drawing backgrounds yet. I'll go ahead and link the websites that I use, and then I'm done.